renewal for our family. 2 deployments in 28 months, 20 or 18 months or something, and all the stress and all that. It was a really good time for us to take a breath. Really solidified our family, and boy, what a sweet time. And the knowledge I learned there is incredible, that I've been able to use for soldiers. It was super timely. Again, God's timing, I'm positive, because this war that we've been in for over a decade has been a war of extremities, if you will. So all sorts of IED explosives, and we've lost legs and arms. Certainly people have lost their lives, but what we've seen at Walter Reed, what we've seen in other places, to include even here, is treating soldiers who have lost limbs and the pain that comes after that. And I had no idea that this was going to be helpful. When I was at Duke, when I was learning these state-of-the-art things, we were learning on people who had like a warehouse accident or a tractor accident, out in the middle of North Carolina or something. So I was learning things that were going to apply to extremities. And I'll tell you one story that happened at Walter Reed. Maybe one of my favorite memories of all. But one of the soldiers had lost several limbs, and he came down to have what would be like his 20th surgery or something like that. And we had the ability to place a catheter and numb a nerve with a certain technique that we learned at Duke. And so when we do that, we sedate them a little bit. Sedation meaning, most of you know, but the ability to give someone a relaxation, something where they're comfortable, but they're still talking to you. And so I told him, listen, I know that you're amputated above your knee. However, I want you to tell me when I move this needle in the right position, I want you to tell me when you feel your foot move. He kind of looked at me, kind of cocked his head, and I said, can you do that? He said, yeah, I can do that. So we get it in the right position. I've got a needle kind of way up high in the buttocks, and I move it, it's not quite right, move it, and then all of a sudden he gets this smile on his face. I mean, I'll never forget it. And he smiles and he says, wow, that's my foot. And his foot has a feeling, it's a phantom feeling that his foot is tapping. And that tells me I'm at the exact spot where I need to inject my medicine and leave the catheter. And I can't tell you how satisfying that is to put that in there. He was elated because he never thought he'd feel his foot again. He felt his foot in that moment, and then of course we were able to kind of help him with pain for the next several weeks with that catheter in place. So anyway, what an honor. Just incredible memories, and what an honor to be a part of that. I think about a couple of humanitarian missions that we did, both to Vietnam and Nepal, and I was honored to be on it. The one to Vietnam, I happened to be the ranking member, and when you're the ranking member of a party, you end up being the leader by default. And so I had to go to, we were first in Ho Chi Minh City, but then later we went to Hanoi. And I'm thinking to myself, this is crazy. How am I, as a military doctor, soldier, and physician, in a North Vietnamese military hospital, and they're extending pleasantries in this tea room, just all this fancy things and all that. And so I'm bringing American goodwill. They're saying thank you, and then we're bringing and teaching them some things and helping them with some of their patients. What a neat honor. What an incredible experience to have. And boy, it's been an amazing career. I've loved every minute of it. And then finally, to be chosen to be the consultant. For me, what that has meant is a lot of extra time, a lot of working on the weekends and phone calls and stuff, but it's been a joy to help mentor and teach and lead the future generations of the medical corps, folks that are going to be coming up. They're currently captains and majors, and what they're going to do as lieutenant colonels and colonels, because it continues on. Military medicine continues on, even though I'm going to step off. I'm ready. If we get retiree recall, I'm ready to go. Keep doing some push-ups and stuff, running. But hopefully they don't call. But if they do, we're ready. And but that future generation is going to take over and continue this amazing thing we call Army medicine. So I saved someone for last. I may have thought I missed something, but I didn't. And that's Patricia. What a day. We made it. It's been a long road. It's been exciting. It has been up and down, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You are the picture of grace and beauty. You have been by my side, behind me, in front of me, and along the way. I know I couldn't have done it without you, and what a pleasure to have raised Melissa and Marcus, to have served our time together. Military spouses have such a hard job because, and particularly military medical spouses, but all military spouses, because I'll call. It must have been a million times that I would call and say, I think I'm gonna be home in like an hour. I got like one patient. I got this one note to do. I know it's 6 o'clock. I'll be home at 7, 1900. And 4 hours later, I'm like, yeah, well, this one thing happened, and then I'm coming home now. I didn't speed, but I came home as quickly as I could. That happened a million times, and I never once saw you be frustrated. I never once saw you think that it was me, trying, to do something or not love you. And I thank you for that. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your faithful support. And I'm excited for this new chapter and all the great things we're going to get to do with our friends and our family. It's going to be amazing. What good memories. Retiring. So I'll end how I started. I know it's been kind of long. I hope you've enjoyed. For me, reflecting on those memories is fantastic. Man, Old Glory, the flag, the stars and the stripes, and our country. What a great country we have, with a few warts here and there, but you'll never find a better country. It has been my honor, my privilege to serve, and I will deeply, deeply miss it. But I have all these memories to cherish. And the last thing I say is I thank each and every one of you. You have played a part. My family, my friends, my colleagues, God and our Father in heaven and above. It has been fantastic, and I thank you so much for being there with us.